Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Witches and Wine. I am your hostess with the mostest, Lola Stardust. This is my partner in crime,
Silent Stardust.
And this is our show hostess.
The show that we host called Witches and Wine.
We've had some wine. And this is our show, Witches and Wine. This is the show where we talk about witchy stuff and we drink wine. Clink and drink. Clink and drink. Clink and drink. We've got people to clink and drink. Clink and drink. Clink and drink.
Clink and drink.
Clink my drink.
We have someone watching.
For the one person that's watching, we apologize in advance.
These are always the best episodes, though.
And let's put the clink and drink up there. Where is the clink and drink? We did the banners. There it is.
You said you had it.
I did. There we go. Clink and drink. Hello. So before we continue with the show, I do need to do our disclaimer. This show is called Witches and Wine. So that means that we partake in wine, and sometimes we get a little tipsy, a little chatty. It has come to my attention in the past that some people do not like learning about witchcraft when people are drinking wine. So we have the perfect solution. There's this X in the corner of your screen, and if you don't want to watch us, click it.
Yep.
It's magic.
Yep, they got the power. You got the control.
I've got the power. It's getting kind of witchy. It's getting kind of witchy. All right, so
It's getting a little hexic.
It's getting kind of hexic. I like it. Oh my God, this is why I married you. That's the only reason why. So, before we start the show, I'm going to turn this over to my high priest, my partner in crime, my best friend. This guy over here, Silent as Stardust, he's going to tell us about the wine. Why don't you tell us about the wine?
I shall.
Do it.
So tonight we are going with a Barbera d'Asti from Mauro Sebaste.
Devira de Barste,
This wine is made with a Barbera grape. It comes out of the Piedmont region of northwest Italy. Higher alcohol content because of the higher fruit or sugar content in the grape. Very smooth, medium body, cherries, a little bit of berries, a little bit of dryness. Just a really all-around, well-rounded wine. Not expensive, $15-20, so very approachable.
We got Penrex.
Oh,
Hi,
hello,
Penrex!
And as you can hear in the background, we actually have the full Coven in-house tonight.
We have the full Coven in the house.
Yep.
Thank you so much, honey.
Awesome.
You want to put that over there? So we're going to put some of our dedicants because we're basically 3 third degrees and 3 dedicants. So it's like, and then it's like, I don't know what that sound. So I want to bring in let's bring in Ariel.
Okay.
So thank you, honey. I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah.
Get over here. Exile. Ariel.
This is Ariel. Hi, sweetie.
Hi.
Ariel is a dedicant in our coven. So we wanted to talk today about what is a dedicant, because a lot of people who aren't in covens, we do a traditional type of coven. We do where there's the elevations in the different levels. So you have your dedicants, you have your 1st degree, 2nd degree, 3rd degree. So dedicants are the ones that we have the people that are interested in joining the coven, and then they're like, you know what? I really want to do this. I want to pursue this. So we not initiate them, but we make them dedicants. They are not committing full time to the coven, but they're saying, hey, I'm going to try it out. And they commit to that. So can you explain, Ariel, who's one of our dedicants, what do you get out of being a dedicant in this coven? And what is that? What are you getting from this? What can you tell people who...
Besides wine.
I happen to have cider.
She
wine,
doesn't drink wine like we do, but we...
That's because they like the dry stuff.
Oh, whatever. We have 2 viewers. We have 2 viewers.
Sweet wine.
So what is it like being a dedicant? Okay, a dedicant in a coven in general.
So a dedicant in a coven in general allows you the opportunity to get a feel for the energy of the coven, to find out how compatible you might be. Because, well, if you're like a fluffy bunny kind of witch, this might not be the coven for you because we do kind of dark things.
Yes.
So it's important to take that time to get to know the coven and to get to know the coven members, and just to make sure that it's compatible. So typically in a traditional coven, you get a year and a day to make that decision.
Yeah.
And so being a dedicant is your time period where you make that decision. And they also get the opportunity to make that decision about you.
Yeah, because at the end of the year and a day, and a year and a day is a very traditional Gerald Gardner, did he kind of come up with that? Yeah, like the year and the day. You'll hear it like when people get hand fasted, they can be hand fasted for a year and a day. It's like this idea of kind of trial period,
right?
Like your trial period. So that's
like those Columbia House records you never paid for.
Yeah.
We're old.
Well,
Oh, was that you that was on there? Are you on watching, honey? Okay, so I'm all excited. We have 2 viewers, but one of them is Silenus is looking at the comments. So that's okay. It's all good. We knew it was going to be late. This is just a filler, but we're going to have fun with it. So those of you that miss out,
sucks to be you.
Yes, it does. So why don't you tell us about your experience being a dedicant in this coven? Because it might be a little different from other covens. And
so, we have the charge of the goddess, and it says that, we honor reverence and mirth. Well, in this coven, it's more mirth. We have a lot of fun.
It's reverent mirth.
And
it's reverent.
We can be serious when we need to be, but there's always the wisecrack, because that's just what we do.
Yes.
And so if you're not somebody that's comfortable with people poking fun and having a good time, this probably isn't the place for you.
We show our love and our blessings in being smartasses, and we do enjoy a lot of mirth. We really, really do. So we have our other dedicants, which I'm not kicking you out yet because I love you.
You don't want to kick me out?
I don't want to kick you out.
Oh, okay, that's good, because I'm almost at a year and a day.
Life is serious enough.
She is, right?
When is your year end?
Technically February something.
Yeah, we gotta look at the.
Like
I have it all.
Valentine's
Remember
Day.
me? I organize shit, and it's somewhere. I'll trust me. I'll let you know.
Good at scheduling.
I am, but I can't remember it all.
Well,
I gotta look on the
about that
computer.
time.
What?
So, we have 2 of our other dedicants. We have 3. Well, what? God is losing it over there.
I told you mirth more than reverence. I wasn't kidding.
You heard what I said, didn't you?
What did you say?
She goes, yeah, it's something very moment, and then we can clean house about that time.
Wow. So there's always flipping each other off. There's a lot of
Especially
this
Phil,
in our
'cause he's a smart
coven
ass.
because we love Pan, and so when we are being very mercy,
Or if you're like Ariel, you can't figure it out, so you do I love you or hang loose.
Sometimes I do both for you, Ariel.
Yeah,
Right?
I hang loose.
I like
Pan-
a little bit of all of it.
Pan hangs loose and he loves you.
You know what? Next time what we'll do is we'll use a couple little smokies so it's size appropriate for her so she can understand and make it work.
Oh my God. So
And this is this is what I put up with.
She puts up with it. I put up with it. So
She's married-
it's
she's
Miracle.
married to him.
Hi, Miracle. So, oh my God, my hair. What the fuck is it doing?
It's
We have okay.
You're growing grass, honey.
So
It's growing grass.
we
It's growing.
You know what?
Don't mind the grass.
It's very
soft.
hard-footish.
Yeah, it is.
it's very what?
Hard-footish, rings of power.
Oh, the kind of hobbits.
Yes.
Oh, is this from Rings?
Yes.
Hobbit.
Rings.
It's
Oh,
a
I don't
particular
know.
race
Is it
or
some
genetics of
nerds?
hobbits.
The Rings of Nerds.
The ring.
The Lord of the Nerds. All right.
All hail Philip.
So
Lord of the Nerds.
dedicants in our coven obviously have a
Are
good
very
time.
well behaved.
But can you, because people will be like, do they learn anything? Do you learn anything in our coven, dedicant?
I just learned how to consecrate my tools.
Oh, we just had a ritual tonight where
It requires water.
we consecrated our tools. So what I try to do with our dedicants and to review for the 3rd degrees, because we forget this shit. is I try to like go over some basics, and oh my god, I'm gonna sneeze. And so thank you. Oh my god, this is a ridiculous show. This is so ridiculous. This is not.
This is
highbrow.
don't let her lie to you. This is what it's like.
This is not highbrow at all. This is what we call a
If you're like
filler
me, you
show.
got one that doesn't match, so you just lift it up all the time.
We are so not well behaved. Yes. So Miracle and Penrex, who are in our chat, they attend our devotionals on our Discord channel. So they
know we're cray-cray.
They know
we're cray-cray.
They know that we are. Oh my god, we have 4 people. Jeez.
That's because we're entertaining.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what we're doing.
People are like, you gotta check this shit out.
All right.
Like,
So
They're fucking nuts.
So I want to bring our next dedicant. You're done. You're done.
Get out of here. You know what? You're done.
You're out. Celine, get over here.
Musical chairs.
Let Celine go by. Celine's got a big butt.
She
gotta-
just has to
Okay,
go
she does.
the other part
She's
of
got
the
no
face.
butt.
It's the boobs that are big. They'll get you.
They will.
Yes,
Actually,
yes.
that's right. You have no butt.
I have no butt, but I have boobs.
Celine is our other dedicant. Hi.
Hi.
Witches and wine. So we've had a lot of wine.
Not as much as you want to.
I
We
know.
did.
Oh, wine.
Do you like my Lola Loves Wine?
Slander.
No, that's
Oh,
the wine.
there's your
You
wine.
can show them our new glassware, by the way.
Oh yes,
It's lovely glassware.
Except for
Slytherin.
they don't have Ravenclaw, so
They
Is it-
broke their
it
Ravenclaw.
broke.
And I am drinking from a Gryffindor cup, but I am actually Hufflepuff.
Well, let's clink and drink to Harry Potter. I know
With
some
the
people are
hanging cord around your
anti-Harry
neck.
Potter, but I will never be anti-Harry Potter.
No, we can
Harry
anti
Potter. Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
the author, not the Potter.
Luminous.
So, Celine, what is your understanding of being a dedicant in a coven? I mean, Ariel explained it. Is there something you want to add to that? And then we'll talk about your personal experience with being a dedicant.
Ooh,
and what
okay.
made you want to dedicate to our coven?
Well, there's a lot of wine.
This.
I heard. No.
It was the wine.
It was the wine. No.
That's the wine.
She's got to take another drink and think.
Gotta think about it.
Drink and think.
Drink and think.
Drink and think.
Drink and think.
Drink and think. Drink and think. Drink and think. Oh, Kohana, we're drinking and thinking with you from over here. Jesus Christ.
So being a dedicant, it is a great way to I think you covered it pretty well.
So speak. You got an experience to speak.
Yes.
Oh,
What's your
oh,
experience?
Oh, my experience.
You
my
didn't have to
experience.
wait for the dark half of the year to be over.
What now?
Drink and think.
Oh,
Drink and think. Look at that. Drink and
She
think.
had to wait
drink and
last year.
think.
So, what is your personal experience about
Okay,
being a
my
dedicant?
personal experience being a dedicant has been really, really wonderful. I have felt very welcomed. I have felt like it's just I have a cool hot priestess over her.
Look at
This is really cool.
That's kind of cool.
And,
I'm kind of a big deal.
She's kind of a big deal, and actually, she really is a big deal. She's a very important person in our community.
Yeah.
Very important person in our coven. She's, you know,
I'm doing the thing we
she's
did
got
earlier.
Tits out again.
The warrior.
But
We did a tits up.
we did
Tits out.
tits out for
Ritual.
Freya, tits out for Thor,
Tits out for Thor ritual
Boom.
earlier.
and it's just been a really great experience.
What made you want to dedicate to a coven? And were you looking for a coven to dedicate to?
Not necessarily.
Oh!
It was Kohana, my wife, was very 100% aiming for, like, she really wanted to have that coven experience.
We have to
and-
bring you on because I want to hear about what coven experience you wanted.
She's
like,
like,
yeah.
and if it met the expectations.
Well, maybe I don't.
Was it good for you? Was it good for you?
It was for us.
I mean, I was satisfied, but
So no, but this is interesting
Yeah.
because Celine and Kohana are married, and they're so we have a married couple in our coven besides the high priest and high priestess, and so yeah, we were curious. We're gonna put you on the spot.
Yeah.
Kohana was looking. Did you think that this would be good for you both to do together? Is that why, or were you like, you know what, like?
Well, it kind of surprisingly, I wanted to do it with her. I initially did not want to join any kind of coven with her because I wanted her to be able to explore her own spirituality and her own path on her own without feeling like
you were there.
We do like everything together, and I love that. I love that we do everything together. But I was also like, you get to have your own thing. I want you to still experience your own thing. I want you to have your own, I want you to come home from Coven and like have that secret and have that be something special that's yours. And I thought that was like, I get into the trap where I feel like things that society says or things that I think society says, or I think the way things should work, I let those kind of dictate some of my feelings sometimes. Okay. Which is a huge bummer because.
So what was dictating? What was some of those?
Well, I felt like it was the kind of the husband role. Like I need to let my spiritual wife go do her thing.
And you didn't want to be like, I need to be involved and watch what you're doing, kind of thing.
I wanted her to come home and be able to keep a secret, like say, like, hey, how was Coven tonight? I'm not going to ask how it was because I know that's a secret, that's special for you.
And what are those secrets you're talking about?
Yeah.
What is the secretive part of being in the Coven?
Well, it's the things that you share when you're in ritual that maybe are hard things to talk about, that are part of shadow work or part of your own personal journey. And you share those with your coven mates because you trust them and because they are there to help you process and deal with those. And I wanted her to, like, we do that all the time. We talk about that and do stuff like that all the time between us. But if there's things that somebody else could provide for her. So I thought, I need to be like the husband and stay home. And then like I met y'all and there's the husband there. So it's okay.
Yeah.
No, and honestly, like as stupid as it sounds, I felt like that was my duty as the dude with boobs in our relationship. I'm the dude with boobs. And I thought that was my responsibility, was to give her that freedom and also like support her in that. And I don't want to ever feel like, oh, well, she's interested in that. Now I'm interested in it too. Even though our entire relationship has been, she's interested in that. Oh, and I'm interested in it too. Because I'm just genuinely interested in the things that she introduces me to.
You guys inspire each other.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Like he did not want to be in the coven that me and Morrigan were in before. He was like, no, I don't feel that this is the right coven for me. And it's nothing personal. You just got to have that, like what Ariel was saying. You've got to have that connection. And
don't they call it egregore or something? Doesn't it have a special
watch
name?
Your mouth over there.
Yeah, dirty talker. Well, and that's the thing too. Like, if this was the right fit for Kohana, but not me, I wasn't going to be like, you shouldn't join it because I can't be in it. I wanted her to be like, hey, this is a good fit for you. Go for it. And it just so happened that every time we chatted and talked and all these things, a little seed was in the back of my head going like, well, don't you want to do it too? And I'm like, no, seed. This is for Kohana. Yeah. And then we chatted and
you talked to seeds.
I talk to everything.
She talks to everything. You do talk to plants.
She does.
Seeds are right there.
So Penrex, Daniel, I highlighted his. Look at how cool this is that I can highlight questions. StreamYard rules.
Very cool.
It's very cool.
I like it.
He's asking, how did you come across this coven?
Well, because Lola is a out there and center kind of person.
I'm kind of out in the
community. She's very, very open, and so she's super, super involved with the community. I am super involved with the community, so it's just natural that at some point our paths would cross in this way. I've known of Lola for a long time, met Lola many, many times. I've known her over the years.
We hung out and did things together in the community before, and so it's for Celine and Kohana, it was kind of a we already knew each other and worked together and had similar friends, and then they were kind of on the outskirts of kind of looking at our coven. I know Kohana was, and we'll talk to Kohana. Was like, oh, interesting. And so that's basically how they came across this coven, which makes me very happy because that's what we're trying to do. We're a traditional coven, but we do a lot of things very non-traditional within. Like there's the traditional structure, but we do a lot of things that kind of allow everyone to have their own expression. So
We're not afraid to get the words wrong.
Yeah, we're not afraid to get the words wrong. We're not afraid to get the banishing and the invoking, because to this day still, I was taught to do, I know there's certain traditions that do all the same all the way through. We were taught in our coven, People of the Woods, Morrigan and I were taught that you do your invoking pentagram and your banishing. And let me fucking tell you that sometimes, especially if we've had a little wine or we're just like, sometimes we're just,
sometimes you can just be off.
Yeah.
And circle and everything is backwards.
We do, yes. And but that's the thing is there's a lot of people out there, and I'm not putting them down.
Yes, it's different.
And that's what our energy, if you're a witch that wants to learn very strict, traditional, everything is very correct and very, then we may not be the coven for you, because we have the rubber toad. That's why our old coven, we had a rubber toad on the altar to allow for those mistakes to be made. So we take ourselves seriously, but we don't. There's that balance. So
you can't make it so it's everybody feels uncomfortable if they mess up.
Yeah.
Because then nobody's going to want to.
Because the gods know our intent. Yes, honey?
Miracle was asking, how long have you been with the COTC? So how long have you been with us or around us?
So
they just dedicated
a
few months
ago.
May. I'd have to look. It was
May.
Yeah,
because it was right before we went out to Seattle.
Yeah,
for our trip. No, was it May?
Yeah, I'd have to look. I mean, I could look.
June,
July.
It was July.
No, it was before then because I was taking care of my mom.
Yeah, it was May.
It was around May. I'd have to look at the dates. I have them all on the computer. I don't memorize them.
So we have a ways to go for our year in the day still.
Yeah, they're still in that early stage, but
been around Lola.
Oh yeah,
for a while,
several years.
When did you right when you started doing burlesque too? That was when. Before that, we knew each other.
We were with you with Krampus, the Carolyn. I've been going to Moots for It's been a few years.
I feel like just really hanging out and really getting to know each other.
But really
was probably
hanging
right
out
after, because I remember I went with people to it was like, oh, let's do burlesque. We gotta go support her. And I was like, yeah. And then it just after that,
but
I already knew that I loved you guys. But it just
but we had you on for your moot.
Oh yes, yeah.
And that was a couple years ago, or no, before pandemic.
That was 2019.
Yeah,
so that was a long time ago.
So because that moot. Okay, if you guys want to watch us be drunk idiots, watch where we have the Spokane Magical Moot, because we were just drunk.
We had a good time.
We had a really good time, and there was a lot of. Where's the clink and drink? There was a lot of clink and drink. Clink and drink. Clink. You were here.
You were
here.
You were here.
You guys saw that with your own eyes, my friend.
What is a moot? What is that?
Oh my God. Okay. So, all right. Kohana, you want to come over here?
Boob. There's just a lot of my tits.
Miracle, we've known each other for a few years. I actually, they probably don't remember because I was very quiet, believe it or not.
What?
You? I met you.
I met you guys. I remember you guys at an IEPG thing. And
I remember that camp out because you were the only one that actually
came over and introduced.
Yeah.
Yes. Because that's what I do.
I'm sitting on
look, we got a kitty behind us. Hi, Kohana! Our other dedicant. I love the Kohana. So, Kohana, let's move closer together. Let's get our big butts together. I like big butts, and I cannot lie. You don't want none unless you got buns. All right. So, Kohana, you really wanted to join a coven, and I remember you talking. You kind of were like I said. I know they're gonna do this. I don't know what they're playing. They're playing.
Oh yeah.
You were like, I want to join a coven. You had expressed interest. What made you want to join a coven? Not our coven, but what were you looking for?
Structure. I was like, I'm just waiting for it.
Well, did you find that?
Wait, we have structure. We really do have structure.
Wiggle.
I know. We really do, you guys.
Flexible structure.
We really do. You guys, we do our SBITs. We've got a structure. I know it doesn't appear that way, but I do keep things pretty
It's like a
structured.
hula hoop. The boundary's flat.
Well, so you're looking for structure. Thank you.
Well, and because we had done like little circles, like a couple friends of we called it square circle because there were 4 of us. And then we picked up with a circle or got invited into a circle, and then that fizzled out, and then I just kind of took over. But
You wanted the experience of I know what you're saying by structure, because
You
there
want
is,
people to be held accountable,
but there is
Well,
a
yeah,
structure
but
to a coven.
but
There just
there's-
is.
So
there's
a hierarchy.
more
There's
to-
a-
Yeah.
well, and it's more than that, because when I was so
You didn't want to do it all yourself?
Yeah.
well, no, that doesn't really bother me. It's I wanted to. I'm trying to like navigate around like saying something that I'm not supposed to say because I don't want to like hurt a friend. But like a friend asked me, "What can a coven give you that I can't?" And it's like there's interpersonal relationship training that a coven can give in the way that, because if I'm going to be the one handling the coven, then I need to be able to minister
Yeah.
and have the training of a minister to suit the needs of the people who are in the coven. And I'm an introvert. It
Yes.
may not look like it, but I am.
Yeah.
And sometimes somebody will come at me with something and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I'm really good at putting myself in people's shoes.
You're very empathetic.
Yes, and I'm very empathetic. And that works, but sometimes it's not good enough.
Well, so I'm glad you bring this up, because so a coven isn't about teaching witchcraft. Yes, we practice it, but the way I was taught and what I do in our coven is we teach people to run covens. We teach people to be clergy and to organize and to run a group. And because there's things about witchcraft that I'm still learning.
Nobody's going to know.
And no one's going to know everything. But I did not become a 3rd degree because I passed some exam on witchcraft. What I did was I showed that I can run a group. I can organize a group and I can minister to a group. It's about being able to help others, listen to others, and be set boundaries, which
difficult.
is very, very hard to do. And so for me, it's been about teaching others how to do that by obviously showing them things that, teaching things in the coven, like, that's our dog just making weird noises. Jesus Lord Almighty. This is why live. But coven work, our particular coven, traditional covens, are about teaching others how to run a group. And it's a very important part of being in the pagan community, because we don't have a lot of leaders, and the leaders that we do have a lot of times are going off of kind of making it up as they go along, because we don't have a big Catholic church or a big Mormon church or a big, we don't have those tenets that these religions have. So for Wicca, we try to have these small circles or whatever you want to call them, covens, circles, whatever. And our goal is to make more of them. And so that's what we're trying to do. So you were searching for the right thing with a coven. You wanted to learn how to help others, but be more, what's the word? Be a leader. And because being a leader is not about telling people what to do, even though I would love that to be it, but it's not always about that. It's about listening. It's about learning how to deal with different personalities. And that's what we try to teach. And so it's important to have those skills. So with that in mind, what brought you to Children of the Crossroads?
One of my friends has been in the coven, and I had gotten to know you guys a little bit more through interaction with her.
Mm-hmm.
And then the more I got to know you through interactions with her, and then just in the community and things like that, I'm like, they seem pretty cool.
So you actually thought we know what we're doing?
Yeah.
We fooled you.
We set
We really do know what we're doing.
No, you do.
Well, I love that because it validates what we're doing. And so we attracted you for the right reasons. And how so far, I mean, you've only been in, what was it? You guys said May?
May.
So it's only been a few months.
Yeah.
What has your experience been? Say nice things.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, okay,
That felt
that's
real
very
genuine.
downplayed.
It's
but
good.
like,
It's all right. I mean, I'll take it or leave it.
well,
It's
okay.
nothing to sneeze at. Is that a saying?
Let me
Okay, thank you.
just I'll put it
Show
into
me
this
right home about.
perspective. A lot of times I have trouble, like I dread going to the grocery store. There are sometimes I have trouble like making myself leave the house. But I never have that when it's coven night. I'm
Oh,
always
good.
excited to go.
Yeah.
I always want to go. I always want to see what's going to happen, what we're going to do, like what I'm going to hear or think I hear.
Yeah. So Penrex asked, because we are affiliated with the Aquarian Tabernacle Church, the ATC, which is it's the first recognized church of Wicca, and they work very, very hard at affiliating covens all over. I got the hiccups, and they're gonna watch this and go, "Why did we affiliate these drunks?" Oh, trust me, they love us, because if they didn't, they would be like, "Yeah, you drink too much." So, how many traditions are there in the ATC? So the Aquarian Tabernacle Church is the church that we're affiliated with. They affiliate all types of covens. They have their own tradition, but they affiliate covens that have many different traditions. So it's just about what are you doing for the community that they're going to back up? Like, are you representing Wicca in a good way? I have purple lips. I'm not representing Wicca in a good way. So yeah, no, but it's so I'm just answering Penrex's question. Is there's a lot of traditions. There's a lot of wonderful people in the ATC, and we appreciate them very much. Oh, we have Lady Lanfear. Oh, hi, welcome. So since we're introducing the coven, let's introduce the other members.
Right?
Yeah.
Well,
Do it.
we have one other member. We haven't introduced.
But
Okay.
Morgan. So this is my maiden. So in a traditional coven, the maiden is the one that backs up. Oh, sorry. I love how you're like, Morgan is my maiden. So in our coven, we've never had enough people to fill all the roles. To be honest, we just haven't. But she's been my maiden, and she's the one that backs me up. She's the one that I go to as the high priestess. I'm like, back me up, help me with this. She's the one that she's had to have difficult conversations with people that I cannot have conversations with. So a maiden is basically the one that is supports the high priestess.
She's your sheriff.
She's my sheriff.
Well, I shoot
gotta
myself.
stop. Why are you shooting yourself?
This is why she's my maiden.
I gotta get that coordinated instead of going.
It's not how you do it, Morgan.
Wow, girl, wow.
So
At least I know how to ride them.
Morgan and I are like, we're like war buddies.
Yeah.
We were trained in the same previous coven. We have been through a lot together. And when I decided to hive, even before I was hiving, we were talking about it. And Morgan was the first one that's like, wherever you go, Lola, I'm going to follow you. And I was like, all right, cool. And so, yeah. Oh, puppy. Jesus.
She's tearing up the whole
Jeez. God. So Morgan's been with me we've been through a lot together. So there's a lot. We share a lot spiritually. She's my, I guess you'd call it second in command. She's one of our officers. It's me, Morgan, and Silenus, the high priest, the high priestess, and the maiden. We are the officers of our affiliation of our church. So we make a lot of the decisions. I guess you could say we're on the board, I guess. I don't know, but we talk about things, the three of us, to make decisions. But ultimately, the decision is up to me. But I do go to, I know I said that like ego, but really I do go to my high priest and my maiden when I can't make a decision. And I'm like, because we have had those. We're still, 5, 6, 7 years of a coven? And for just our small amount of time compared to other covens, we've had a lot happen in our coven.
We have had, and I don't think you can do this for even 20 years and, not have different stuff arise that kind of takes you
by surprise. Yeah.
And that you have to think about like, well, how do I need to handle this?
Yeah.
So it's always good to have somebody that you can depend on, that you can talk to.
Yeah.
That's not going to judge you on it or critique you on what you're doing, but it's going to give you good, solid advice.
And she's disagreed with me in some of my decisions.
Yeah.
And
just because you're in a coven doesn't mean you're not going to have disagreements or not go along with something. But in the end, we talk it through and go, okay, I can understand your point of view and why you want to do this, and I will back you.
And she does. And she has told me her opinions on certain things that we've made decisions about. And she's like, well, I feel this way and blah, blah, blah. And it's not about, but I'll always back you up. So it's about that communication. And so, and that is something that comes with time and with working together. Jeez Louise.
Because you got to have clear communication, and you've got to know that even though it's her ultimate decision to do things,
I like to hear.
She knows that whatever she decides, I'm going to back her in.
Yeah.
Whether
she agrees with it or not. Yeah.
Because that's how you get a cohesive coven.
Yeah.
Because if I'm going to sit here and resent you for anything you're doing, then that's going to create a circle that's not
why we talk about
in love and trust.
Yep. And that's why we talk about it. So your maiden, and the high priest has the summoner, but we don't have any men in our coven except for except for Celine. No, we have Silent. I don't know.
Well, hey, foot. Now.
Can I just show you my husband's face right now when he looked at me? I go, we don't have any men in the coven. He literally, that's the look he just gave me. I did not mean it that way. he's
other men in the coven.
we need other men. We need other men.
We have one lone man in the coven.
And then there's Celine, who is a dude with boobs.
Dude with boobs.
So Celine has no problem, because even though there's a traditional part of the male, female, god, goddess, we also try to honor receptive, projective energy. And Celine is very projective. Very projective energy. So she has stepped in as priest. She has stepped in as the male role, and we love that. Because we don't argue that. We're not like, no, it must be, we're just like, fuck yeah. But we are looking for men. Oh,
We're looking for male coveners, okay?
Yes.
We're looking for a few good men.
We're looking for a few good men. We just. Oh, we're not plugged in. I think we came unplugged.
Uh-oh.
We've been unplugged all night.
It's right there.
Oh, this plug?
No, I plugged in the correct one.
No.
Sorry, we're going dim.
You may have to check this side.
Ow.
This is plugged in.
That's plugged in.
That's plugged in.
Here.
Is this the right one?
And it's plugged into here. Yes, they're pulling on the right cord.
Is it plugged in there? It's not
Yeah.
showing plugged in, and
It's plugged in there too.
Oh,
Oh,
wait,
there.
something changed. You just pushed it in. That's what she said.
Oh, I pushed it in.
So,
We don't need no men.
someone just put
pushing
it's
it
raining
down.
men.
I got a random stick that don't have a hole.
So this is our coven. So thank you, my maiden. I want to talk to our high priest, because our high priest has a lot to say.
She's
As
trying
a
to
man
make
in
up
this
for
coven.
that no man in the coven.
Right?
comment.
Right? She's got to sleep next
Lady
to him
Lanfear's
tonight.
Aya.
You take that in.
Lady Lanfear's Aya.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hiya, hiya.
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, I know this is going to be all about, have a seat. This was all going to be all about dedicants, but we were introducing the coven. So, as a high priest, what is a high priest in a coven? What is that? What the fuck do you do, high priest?
Besides you.
Well, we do traditional
Can you grab me that
practice
tissue over there,
where
toilet paper?
when a student dedicates, we do cross-gender dedication. So right now, all the dedicants are studying under me.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
I need men.
And that way, it helps us maintain the balance. And it helps me better understand my anima, and it helps them better understand their animus.
Yeah, your enema.
My anima?
You got an enema?
I did not get an anima.
Would you explain what anima and animus is?
So it's the male or the projective and receptive energies that are contained
That
within
within
both
us. So as a female, I have my animus. As
Yes.
a male, you have your anima.
anima.
Yeah.
And so with us allowing our dedicants to work under a person of the other gender, it allows the balance and the harmony to continue being practiced.
Because Wicca's very much about balance of
And-
those energies.
And as a male or a projective energy, I appreciate the fact that it is coming back into balance. For a long time, it had gotten very Dianic, and the God and male aspect had been pushed to the side, and it is swinging back to where there's the balance again. And that's what we practice within our group. And so what my role is to work with them and then to support the high priestess and to help make the decisions, be there where I'm like 1A, where she is 1, I'm 1A, where, both of us have the ability to make a decision and we will both respect it. But because we do have the balance, a lot of times that the high priestess does get the first slot, so to speak. And so as a high priest, I'm there to support. I'm there to support my high priestess, and in this case, my wife. So our partnership is even more in depth.
Yeah.
With it, because
and working together as a married couple and as high priest and high priestess, we sometimes have to remove the high priestess hat
or the wife
or the wife and husband hat.
Yep.
And but it's been really good for us. We work really good together. We do a really. I think we do a good job. I'm just going to pat myself on
And,
the back.
You guys do a good job of it.
And so part of my role is, especially in our group, being the only male or projective energy, is to be the protector, to be the doer of things, and to going out.
The heavy lifter.
The heavy lifter.
Ah! He lifts heavy things.
He lifts very heavy
He
things.
lifts heavy
And
things.
It's and it sounds kind of misogynist, and it's not. It's just the reality of the physiological differences.
And
we
he makes a damn good dinner.
Yes, he
Yes,
cooks.
he does.
Yes.
He's our cook. He's our Hestia. He's our priest of
Yeah.
Hestia.
I'm a
And
priest-
ever since he's come into the craft, he's been able to. He's very comfortable with his energy as a male, but he also identifies with the goddess. I mean, he's a priest of Hestia. He honors that.
she's my girl.
That Hestia is his girl. So
My
it's
whole kitchen is an honoring of Hestia.
yeah. There's a little
So-
Dionysus in there too. So
Gotta have wine.
That's on the wine wall.
that's clink and drink to Dionysus.
Clink and
Anyone
drink to
has a
Dionysus.
I'm
Hey, well, well, in case-
oh my god. I'm the only one drinking.
So
And clinking.
Left of the
and then
But
so,
then shabba-da-dibba-dooba-doo. There's no more wine left.
like one of the things that I did
Oh, is there? Yeah.
with each of our students is we have one-on-one conversations and help them with their growth, the dedicants. So I will take a couple of hours out every couple of months, and we go and sit down and talk about where they're at in their studies and what they want to learn
And
and what they
it's
want to do.
such a big, because I do all the organizing and all the stuff that so we can practice and we can do things, and it's such a nice relief to have you have those one-on-ones with our students and take that. So, and we're still establishing roles because
Conversations.
what?
I can't see the comments.
Oh, we got lots of
We
comments.
have people
crap.
talking.
Oh, well, we love Silenus. We are merciless, and he puts up with us. Retriever of things off the tall shelf. Yes. Oh my God. Right. So yeah, I mean, and because we've gone through different
Iterations.
iterations of the Coven, we had some 3rd degrees, 2nd degrees. There was a time when we had all that. And then we had some people hive off, and we had some people leave. We had some people that we actually had to kick out. And you're always going to go through that revolving. Yeah. And so it's always evolving. So now we have 3 dedicants, 3 3rd degrees. And so we have to I don't have any 1st or 2nd degrees, because usually what we do is the 1st degrees help with the dedicants, the 2nd degrees help with the 1st degrees, and the 3rd degrees help with the 2nd, and then the high priest and high priestess
Help with everything.
would help with everything. But we don't have that right now, but we will get to that point at some time. So yeah, so I hope that this conversation, like I said, this is very like spur of the moment. We're just talking about our Coven, we're drinking. I hope that this answers some questions. But we're gonna wrap it up because it's getting late, and we've had ritual and dinner and all that stuff. So thank you everyone for watching. Does anyone want to say anything else before we
I
go?
was gonna say something that's neat about this Coven is
What's neat about this Coven, Celine?
this.
Oh wait, where are you? There you are.
There I am. Hi.
Hi.
So what's neat about this Coven though is that there's this Coven, but then there's also the outer circle.
Yes.
And I think that's really important because those people are really important. Girl, what is happening?
What's happening, girl?
I think that's neat that the community extends beyond just the inner Coven.
Yeah. So
It's really cool.
we have our hi.
Hey,
We have.
we're looking for men. We're looking for men.
I was doing a tit shot.
Yeah, I know.
We
you're
do-
famous for it.
We do have what we call the inner court and the outer court. Some people hate that terminology, but it's the best way to to describe it.
Mhm.
The inner court is the coven. That's private rituals. That's
You have to be in the coven.
you have to
Yeah.
be in the coven. But we have the outer court, and those are the people that support our coven. Those are the
a bunch
people
of people who are watching tonight.
that are watching
Yeah.
tonight that we
People and
consider
friends.
our outer court. They're the people that support us. They're the people that attend our events. They're the people that we let come into that. And so like Penrex and Aya and Miracle, they're our outer court. And we have a few other people. And we love these people, and they're not necessarily studying with us, but they are very supportive. And we have a Discord channel for our coven members, but also what we call friends and family of the coven, which is also outer court, for those who are kind of in the know of what we're doing and supporting our events. So that is a huge part that I'm trying to create.
Mhm.
And it's going to take some time, but yeah.
And that's how a true tradition, a coven grows. Is it's not just the people that are doing your ritualistic work, it's people that are supporting you from afar and doing the things that they can to make it so your word's getting out there.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
appreciate what you guys, showing up to the devotional, showing you guys up to the different discussion groups or engagements we have.
Yeah.
And that supports us, which in turn supports our coven,
Yeah.
which allows us to keep building and doing more and more things to help build our community.
And because that's what we want to do. Yes, we're a coven that practices privately, but we also want to be out in the community and be very active with spreading the word of Wicca. So
And letting people know what covens do.
and letting people know that
A
not all
people don't know.
a lot
Experience
of
people.
a lot of
Yeah,
covens
it is.
a lot of covens have this people have this perception of covens that they're naked in the moonlight, and maybe we are, but we also are
Those are the best rituals.
and those are wonderful rituals,
Belting.
Yeah.
but we also are like, hey, like, come hang out and have a good time with us, because the word coven sometimes has misconceptions.
Mhm.
So we just want to
We don't sacrifice people.
but we sacrifice animals and we put them on the grill and we eat them.
Oh,
Like
you mean
hamburger
the pork?
The pork
Oh,
tonight.
dang it. I guess we kind of do.
We do sacrifice animals.
It was delicious.
It was
It was
very good pork. All right. So
Good dinner.
if you are interested in, well, first of all, I want to let you know that you can always donate to our coven.
Money
We
and men, bring it on, guys.
money. We need money and men.
It's raining
Asian
men.
men.
Hallelujah! It's
But not
raining.
money for men.
Money from men.
Wait,
Well-
Money,
I
money,
thought
money.
your honorary altar weight.
What?
Huh?
Oh.
Oh.
Oh! Oh my God! Look
We
at
have a
the cat on our altar.
Oh, she's
Oh,
right
she
there.
was there.
Stand up.
She was laying out.
She was laying down. Hi, kitty.
Aw.
She got up. She's like,
She's
no,
camera shy.
Wake me up.
God, they saw me.
I know. So, we do have a PayPal, as you see on there, to donate to our coven, because we are a nonprofit 501c3. And we do all the events we put on online. We have a very heavy online presence. That was not my intention in the beginning. I was like, community, local, but I have a knack for running shit online. And
OnlyFans, baby.
so,
OnlyFans. There's your money in men.
oh, Jesus Christ.
City show.
Stop.
Sorry,
What?
I have to try hard to keep up with the Geminis in the room, but I can do it sometimes.
Oh my God. So,
There's no keeping up with
so
us.
donate if you can to our coven. We have a PayPal and we also have a Venmo. It is not required, but it is appreciated, and it's tax deductible.
Deductible.
Thank you. I've been drinking.
Yes.
All right. So if you are ever interested in being a guest on our coven, if you're just curious about our coven, if you're like, what the fuck are you guys doing? You can always email us at
crossroadscoven@gmail.com.
I'm sorry, what was that?
That was crossroadscoven@gmail.com.
Thank you so much. So thank you everyone for being here. And remember, always be so sweet and nice to each other and always walk with the goddess. And until next time, blessed be. Bye everyone. Thank
Good
you
night, all.
so much. Good night. We're crazy and drunk.